As you may have seen or may have not seen, Michael Thomas is out for the year. Out for the season. You won't see Michael Thomas play football again this year. This is basically 2 years in a row he's not playing for the Saints. After a $100 million deal, it stinks. He's supposed to be, a top 3 guy on his team, and he's basically going to miss, 30 games over the last 2 years. That's unfortunate, but it is what it is, man. Like I said, opening video of this channel, welcome to the tragedy, man. I feel like what can go wrong will go wrong with this team. It's been injury after injury after injury this year. Pete's out for the year. Now MT's out for the year. Jameis Winston's out for the year. We've had running backs go down. Tony Jones Jr., Traquan Smith just played, first couple games. Deontay Harris has been hurt. Yamada's got suspended. Peyton Turner's hurt. Davenport's been hurt. Quan's been hurt. What's going on here? Armstead's been hurt. I can go down the list for on and on and on and on and on about these injuries, and that needs to be addressed. I don't know what needs to be addressed about it, but definitely needs to be addressed because there's a common occurring theme with this team. People keep going down with injuries, and not like short-term injuries either. Big, long injuries. Has to be addressed. But back to Michael Thomas, man. Have a lot of thoughts on Michael Thomas. We could just start with the contract and say what you want. At the time, he deserved that contract, but right now, it's looking like an awful contract. One of the worst contracts we've ever signed someone to. You can't get $100 million to not play. I know it's not his fault that he's got injured. We can talk about we'll get there. Yeah, I know it's not his fault that he got injured, but it is what it is, man. He's basically missed 2 years. He's gotten paid maybe $40, $50 million these last 2 years to not do anything for the team. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Next up, we'll talk about the surgery in the offseason. Pushed it off. Didn't answer the team calls. This and that. Pushed that surgery back 3 or 4 months just to get surgery, right before the season start. And now to have a setback now you're going to miss the entire year after you already put the surgery back, before. I'm going to say it. I never thought I'd say it, but it's time to move on from Michael Thomas. Let's just get right to it. I'm not saying it's anyone's fault, his fault, our fault, whatever. Get him healthy. Get off him. I'm done. It might be an unpopular opinion, but I think we just get rid of him. It is what it is, man. A receiver you can find in this league, maybe not as good as Michael Thomas, but you can find receivers to get the job done. And right now, I think the Saints move on from him. This is 2 years of not playing. Who knows if he'll even be back for next year? Who knows if he even wants to play for the Saints at this point? I just don't know at this point, man. And the Saints, I know you knew this before the trade deadline, and you still decided not to bring in no receivers. You knew this before the trade deadline that Michael Thomas was probably out for the year, and you decided to bring in no damn wide receivers. Let me know what's going on in your brain there. You know your best receiver is not going to be there for the entire season. You didn't just find this out today. Why didn't you bring in a receiver? I don't want to hear that you tried for Odell, you tried for this, you tried for that. You had to bring in a receiver if you knew he wasn't going to be there. That's just bad management, bad coaching, bad whatever you want to call it. Shit's got to get fixed. I don't know if you can keep a guy that hasn't played, in 2 years on his team making that type of money, just eating up cap. I don't even know if he's tradable at this moment because, his cap number and dead cap would be a huge, huge hit to the Saints. So, as much as I say we should probably move on, we probably can't. So now we just got to hope that he gets healthy. Hope that he comes back close to the same player he was, and hopefully that he can help this team next year. It's always next year with the Saints. Next year. What about this year? You ever thought about that? It's pissing me off now, man. It's really, really pissing me off. Trevor Siemian or Taysom Hill is going to be the quarterback, and they won't have Michael Thomas throw the ball to. We should have known after, pup list. He wasn't even, after the 6 weeks were up, for pup list, he wasn't even practicing. We should have known. We always lying to ourselves. We saw the writing on the wall. We saw it in the offseason, honestly. Ignoring calls, ignoring this, ignoring that. I don't think he wants to play for the Saints. That's just my opinion. Hey, if you disagree, let me know you disagree. But at this point, man, it just, I call it like it is, man. Call it like it is. Walk like a duck, quack like a duck. God damn, it's Michael Thomas. Hey, man, he's out for the season. What can I say? What can I do? This the Boot Tragedies. Welcome to the fucking tragedy, and I'm out.